Was I muttering in my sleep?
Smiling.
Well, you certainly know why.
Last night was pretty great, huh?
It was better than great. I was all the way into I don't want to get out of bed this morning.
Then don't.
Okay. Just stay here and savor all the memories of last night.
I guess we could whip up some new ones.
Like this?
Like this. You know, memories are great, honey, but making them is so much better. Especially when you're around.
I love being around.
Hey, Carlotta.
Hi.
Wow, are those your famous blueberry muffins that smell baking?
No.
Oh. Listen, Nora's gonna be here in a few minutes for a breakfast meeting. I'd better grab a booth before they're all taken.
Hank,
Yeah,
what about you and I getting together?
getting together.
Tonight, to see that movie. Remember we were kicking around the idea last night at Rachel's party?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just that I've got so much on my mind lately.
You always do. So?
So what?
So do you want to go to the movie?
You know, I don't know if I can. I'm not sure if I can. I haven't been to the office yet.
And whose permission do you need there?
Well, I just mean that I have to check my schedule to make sure that I have some free time tonight.
Don't you make your own schedule?
Yes, Carlotta, but I've got a lot of work to get done, and you know that.
Hank, I really do understand just how busy and pressed for time that you are. And I know you have a lot of responsibilities and you were very committed to your job. But I have to be honest. I need a commitment from you, too.
Choral magic. Choral medley harmony. It sounds sort of musical. Oh dear. Choral, choral, choral harmony. I don't like it, but it's a start. Choral.
I guess there's progress everywhere then.
Oh, do tell.
I just leased the lab space I needed. By the end of the week, I can start on product development.
Wonderful, but I've been doing research myself. Clarence, you're not the only one who's looking into the healing properties of coral.
No, there's Bruce Jenkins in Melbourne and Allison Beheim in Costa Rica.
Absolutely. So we've got to work really fast. Otherwise, other people are going to beat us to the marketplace with coral as a dietary supplement.
Believe me, I want to get on it as quickly as you do. The sooner I'm through here, the sooner I can head back to Belize.
Oh, is land view so off?
Well, this house is shut up like a tomb.
It's still winter.
Even so, there's no room to really breathe. That's why you're the way you are.
And what way is that?
Knotted up, full of kinks. I can practically see the tension in your shoulders. You need to relax. So, why don't you take your clothes off?
I swear to you, I heard every tick of the clock between midnight and 7 a.m. this morning.
Your little set-to with Clint yesterday really got to you.
Oh, Renee, it still irritates the hell out of me. Oh, I could have strangled him. He was so stubborn.
Sounds like he wasn't too thrilled with you either.
Well, that's just too bad, isn't it? It's his own fault, anyway. There was no way on earth that I was going to run Mel's piece on Dorian's trip to Canton, and I made it very clear to Clint. Did he accept my decision with any kind of grace? No. He kept badgering me and hounding me and bothering me until I had no choice. I had to just flat out overrule him and forbid him to run the piece. Do I look all right?
A little steamed around the edges, but otherwise, you're a peach.
Peach.
Thank you.
Here we go. Good morning. Oh, how are my two favorite sons? My only son.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing, Mary?
Kevin, you look wonderful.
Oh, well, I doubt that.
You do. Gracious, look at you. You're out of bed. You're in a chair. You have come so incredibly far in such a short space of time. I don't know whether to be grateful or just remarkably proud of you.
Well, Mom, I appreciate the flag waving, but what I could really use is a favor.
Well, sure, anyone.
Could you talk to Larry to get me released?
Kevin!
Mom, please, I need to get out of here now.
Look, you need to heal, okay? And this is the place for you to heal. So don't even think about leaving.
What?
I just feel so badly about the way I treated Georgie last night.
You're gonna go over everything that happened last night.
I just can't get out of my mind how rotten I was.
Well, honey, you weren't rotten.
Oh.
You were mad. And you know something? I think you're really hot when you're mad.
No, it was just awful. I mean, I jumped down her throat. And for what reason? Because we were wearing the same dress. Because of a stupid dress. I mean, what was the big deal?
You're not gonna get all worked up about this now,
I
are you?
hate it when I'm overreacting.
You are.
Oh, boy. Bo, she is my left hand, she's my right hand, and I completely humiliated her in front of all those people at Club Indigo. She ran out of that place like it was on fire.
She'll get over it.
Oh, God. She might, I might not. I chased her off, and then we sat there and we watched that Rachel tape. Do you realize how many hours she must have put into that? Then we come home, and there's flowers waiting for us on the doorstep with a note from her. I could have crawled under the doormat without bending over.
Honey, you gotta stop this.
I know. I have to. I don't know how. I have to make it up to her.
Honey.
I'll take her to lunch.
Honey.
Lunch and a raise.
Sweetheart.
Raise and lunch.
Nora.
What?
Georgie has been out of line a few times on her own.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And she definitely does have a problem with boundaries, and we decided we would not let her cross over into our personal lives again.
Well, that's also true.
Okay. So, don't be overly nice when you're dealing with her. I promise?
Promise. Oh, I gotta go. I have a breakfast meeting with Hank.
Really? Mm-hmm. How hungry are you?
Of course I miss you. I know, I can't wait to see you too. You are so bad. No, I will not say that. Because I'm at work, and you should be too. Yeah? You know I do. Yeah, no, I can't wait to see you. I gotta go. My roommate's here. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later.
Georgie, you've been holding out on me. Who's the guy?
Nobody.
Well, it didn't sound like nobody to me.
You want a commitment?
Is that asking for too much?
I don't know.
Hank, the only reason that I'm asking is if we're not going to see each other tonight, I would like to go to the movie with Christian.
Oh, I'm sorry, Color. I'd love to give you an answer. I just don't know whether I'm free tonight or not.
Look, I'm not trying to be pushy. I would just like to be able to coordinate my life with yours.
What do you mean, coordinate?
Spend time together. Lately, it seems all you do is work.
Well, I serve the public.
So do I. But I still have a private life. I can't help but feel that you've been pulling away from me.
How come? That's completely nuts. I mean, besides, I'm not the only one with a crazy schedule. Between Eli and the diner here, you're not exactly a woman of leisure.
No, but I always seem to be able to find time for you. And that time always seems to be wonderful. Last night at Rachel's party was especially good.
Oh, you had fun, huh?
Oh, yeah. I love being part of your family.
Great.
This is great.
But you have to go.
I do.
Yeah.
So this is my last kiss. There. So now I'm getting out of bed, okay?
Okay.
Now I'm putting on my clothes.
Good. Go ahead, I want to watch.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah, not as much as I do. Buchanan.
Hey, Bo.
Well, Hank, good morning. Yeah, well, Ashley, she just left the bed.
I'll be there in 10 minutes.
She said she'll be there in 10 minutes. We got a little tied up here this morning.
I don't want to know. Listen, if she needs to reschedule.
No. She'll be there. You know Nora. She says she'll be there in 10 minutes. She'll be there in 10.
Well, Nora's the only woman I've ever known who could get dressed and out of the house quicker than me. Oops. Sorry, partner. Didn't mean to drag you down memory lane.
That's all right. I'm sure that videotape last night stirred up some old memories, huh?
Yeah, you could say that.
Of course, though, you're the type of guy that likes to look forward, not backward.
And your point would be?
Well, you and Carlotta, yeah, you looked pretty cozy last night.
Yeah, well, I still have a lot of questions about this thing with Carlotta.
I thought I was making such amazing progress.
Well, you are because you are here under round-the-clock care.
Mom, I can sit in a wheelchair anywhere. Come on, I'm not bedridden anymore. I'm able to work. And most importantly, Cassie needs me.
Well, babe, possibly Cassie could find somebody else to look after her just for a little while.
Like who? Andrew? I think he's a little tied up with Taya, which is why Cassie is so upset. Because if this thing with Andrew and Taya gets any more out of control, Andrew might be shipped off to some other parish. And then, where does that leave River and his mother?
Don't even start with this, Kevin.
Darling, Kevin is right about that. Andrew's gone way out onto thin ice.
Look, if the very worst should happen, what on earth could Kevin do about it? Nothing. And my fear is that you will try, and you will end up doing a great deal more damage to yourself.
See, I'm reckless and irresponsible.
Well, honey, you wouldn't be here in the first place if you hadn't felt compelled to run out.
Do whatever I could do for the woman I loved.
Mom, look, Kevin saved Cassie's life. Let the hero here go home.
You know, I have to admit, Vicki, I would not want to stay in a hospital 1 minute longer than I absolutely needed to.
Oh, well, I guess nobody agrees with me about anything anymore.
Hey.
Ah, morning.
Good morning.
We brought today's banner. Thought you might be interested in the article.
Thanks. Uh-huh. How dare he? Dad ran that article without telling you?
Yes, he did. And I am going to go and find out why right now.
Ah. 12 minutes and 36 seconds. I'm losing my touch.
I don't think so.
Why are you looking at me like that? What's that look about?
Oh, nothing. Listen, Nora, you think I could get a copy of Rachel's birthday video?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Georgie's so organized, she's probably already duped it and sent a copy to the Library of Congress.
You know, it was amazing seeing myself in that video. I can't believe I looked so young. I can't believe how I looked back then.
I can't believe how you looked back then either. Me too. Young.
Yeah.
10, 20 years. Where does it go?
Oh, into the wrinkles and the gray hair.
Don't you be looking at me when you say that. You speak for yourself. Do you remember what my mother used to say? You blink a few times and it's over. I always thought she was a fatalist, and now I think I've upgraded her status to realist. You got that look going again. What is that?
I was just thinking about how happy you looked in the video.
Yeah.
So did I. Nora, where did our marriage go wrong?
Are you serious? We've been over this a bazillion times.
Yeah, but who's counting?
You know why our marriage fell apart. My God, it was right there, and the evidence was right there in the videotape. We were young. What glint in our eye? It was ambition. The papers and books stacked around. We were just workaholics. We were spending so much time working for ourselves, we didn't spend enough time with each other.
Well, maybe it wasn't our fault.
I'm not laying blame anywhere.
No, I just mean that maybe we would have been okay if we hadn't had to make things so formal.
We wanted kids.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, I mean, the whole concept of marriage, maybe it's just a big old stupid, lousy idea.
Or maybe it's the best thing going. You're afraid of getting burned again, aren't you?
You're all set, Mr. Buchanan?
I thank you.
Thank you. It's pretty snazzy gear here.
The best you can get, Joey.
Aren't those words carved over the front door of your mansion?
Grandpa, thank you, but you didn't have to do this.
No grandson of mine is going to wake up at 3 in the morning in some pain, watching some boring infomercials. I'm having a whole video library sent over here.
Hey, Barbara, you mind if I get a cot in here?
No. Kevin, all that really counts is that you're comfortable.
Well, in that case, call the delivery guy back here and have him pack this stuff up.
Why?
Because what would really make me comfortable is to get out of here. No offense to you.
Well, why didn't you say that in the first place? You want out, you're out. I still got some clout in this hospital.
Hey, Asa, wait. Sorry, Kevin. Before you start string pulling, you should know that Vicky really thinks that Kevin ought to stay here a little while longer.
Oh, gee, what a surprise, Renee. Leave it to that Vicky to rein in on some Buchanan man every chance she gets.
Grandpa, have you had a chance to meet Nurse Graham yet? This is, Kevin's lovely nurse here.
No, I have not, but I have read and heard. You have a lot of grit, young lady.
Well, I'm not really sure about that, but...
I couldn't possibly imagine what you're going through. But I do know it must be horrendous. But there's one great thing, honey. They did not break you. You are one very special lady. And I'm proud and grateful you're taking care of my grandson.
Thank you. Excuse me.
I just hope that piece of slime that did that to her doesn't get a chance to hire some high-priced lawyer and get out on parole in a lousy 3 months.
God, man, I'd love to write like Mel.
Get in line.
Yeah. Good morning, Mrs. Carpenter.
Here's Lisa. Now. And close the door on your way out. Well, there he stands. Clint Buchanan, editor-in-chief.
So, marriage.
Nora, would you knock it off? You have been on me about this since the meeting started.
It's been on your mind since the meeting started. Come on, Hank, what's up?
I think Carlotta wants a commitment.
Oh, no. Is that so terrible?
Well, it would be for her. I don't think that I can give her what she needs, what she wants, what she deserves.
Why not?
Because I'm the district attorney whose job description includes working up to my eyeballs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
How convenient.
Nora.
No, I'm serious. This has nothing to do with work. It had nothing to do with work why you and I couldn't make it as a couple. You're skittish about women. And that's okay. The problem is you just don't discuss it. You don't talk about it.
Look, if I wanted some therapy, I would have called Dr. Maud.
Yeah, well, you talked to me and you asked me why our marriage fell apart, and I gave you some reasons, and I'm giving you the most important reason. We didn't discuss anything.
What are you talking about? I remember yapping so much I thought I was going to get lockjaw.
That was combat. That wasn't discussion. We were so busy defending our territory, we never explored it together.
Woman, How did you get so savvy?
Because the man I married, I do share everything with. Hank Bo and I have just come through the shakiest period in our whole marriage, but the point is, we did come through it. Because we communicated freely with each other. We were open and honest with each other. Now, don't you think you owe that to Carlotta and to yourself to do the same thing with her?
Yeah, well, she did give me a chance this morning. I mean, she gave me an opening to just jump in there and tell her how it is. But I just didn't want to hurt her.
With what?
I don't love her enough. You know, I'm not jumping into this relationship with both feet. I think about other women. I catch myself wondering if I catch myself wondering if I'd be better off with somebody else instead of Carlotta.
Well, then that's something that you better tell her. Because it'll come out in the end. Gotta talk to her openly, freely, honestly. You gotta communicate.
What's wrong? What?
Well, I just realized I gotta take a little of my own advice. I hate that when that happens, especially when it means apologizing for being an idiot or doing idiotic things. Hank, don't worry about finding the right words. They'll come. Good luck.
I'm ready for my unknotting.
Drink this first.
It smells delicious. Is this one of the teas you made me in Belize?
No, you would have remembered if I had. This is brewed from mate and pornini flowers from the Amazonian rainforest.
I've never heard of them.
They drain the tension right out of you. The missionaries used to ban this tea.
Why?
Because they used to confuse relaxation with laziness.
What a pathetic provincial attitude.
A lot of this country still buys into it.
Well, if this is as good as advertised, we'll just market it along with the coral products and relax the whole country.
It works. You'll see.
I thought you should read today's paper, Mrs. Lord.
This is not supposed to be here.
So I seem to remember.
Seem? I gave you a direct order as the publisher of this newspaper not to print that.
You give me a lot of orders.
Which I expect you to follow.
This one I didn't.
Obviously.
Because one of us, Vicky, had to be objective about Mel's piece.
And you decided objectively that it should be you?
Will you listen to me?
I honestly don't know if I even can.
Will you please just hear me out? I would never have printed that story if you had objected to it on journalistic principle. That's not how it was.
Wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. You let your feelings for Dorian interfere with your judgment as publisher. Our business is news.
This isn't news.
Really? Well, talk to our readers. Now, the feedback has been amazing.
Feedback? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, mister. Now, I would like you to listen to me. Dorian and I reached an unspoken, but nevertheless a very firm understanding in that hospital back in Canton.
Oh, that you said on the story?
No, and don't you ever, ever, ever put words in my mouth. Dorian and I experienced strikingly similar horrors in our past. And whereas our relationship has never been particularly good, and God knows it will never be again, thanks to you, we did somehow find a way to arrive at some sort of mutual respect for the anguish that we each suffered. But that pain is personal, Clint, and it is private pain. And it is not to be used as a weapon. And it is most certainly not to be dangled in front of the public like some sort of lurid tidbit with their bacon and eggs. God knows how Dorian is going to lash back now. Not that I blame her.
Maybe she won't. Vicky, this story makes her come off like some kind of hero.
That's not the point. Dorian and I managed to find one little area, and one only, that we both made a rule was off limits to attack and to manipulation, and you just went and shattered that truce with your little selfish stroke. How could you do that to me?
Maybe I'm just a rotten, horrible person.
Well, I am going to have to go and talk to her now. And I am going to make damn sure she knows it was you who did that.
Why don't you just cut off my head and serve it up to her on a platter? Better yet, why not just fire me?
I would never fire you, and you know that.
Why not? Your paper.
Yeah, it is my paper. But I need you to help me run it. Clint, I am so angry with you. Do you understand that I feel I have been betrayed by the one person that I trusted more than anyone in the whole world? You.
Me?
You.
You trust me? Vicky, how on God's green earth can you stand there and say that you trust me when every time I come close to you, you pull away like I'm some kind of leper?
Settings.
Oh. Looks like nobody sent you some flowers.
Crazy guy, you shouldn't have done that.
Well, who's that crazy guy?
Nobody.
Okay, fine. I mean, I'm just your roommate, confidant, friend. I should know who you see, talk to, date,
No,
etc.
look, it's not, you know what? I don't mean to make it like this mysterious thing. It's just that it's a sort of a complicated situation.
Oh, I see.
Do you?
Not a clue.
Hi. Ooh, what's this?
Nothing from nobody. Bye, Mama.
Bye, sweetie.
Here.
What?
These are for you.
For me?
I'm so sorry about last night. I shouldn't have bought that dress, let alone wear it. I am so sorry.
Oh, no, Georgie, I overreacted, which I'm really good at, and I'm hopelessly embarrassed about.
You're not gonna fire me.
No, I can't. You're indispensable. I depend on you. I can't. I mean, you're a little intense sometimes, but so am I. You know, we just have to make sure that we're not intense at the same time. You know, that's all. Here, why don't you keep these? We'll just put them right here on your desk, because you deserve them, and you already gave me some last night. And I also wanted to tell you that Hank and I are so grateful for all the time you put into making that video of our home movies. No, really, we'll treasure it forever.
I'm just the luckiest person in the world to be able to work for you.
No, that's okay.
I want to apologize.
Oh, there's no need.
Yes, there is. I didn't mean to get so huffy on you, so I apologize.
Well, I wasn't exactly Senora Gracious myself, huh? I guess it's easier when we both screw up, huh?
Much easier. Listen, there's one other thing. I had my office shuffle my schedule around a little, and, well, I can't tonight, but tomorrow night, can we maybe have dinner?
What happened to the movie?
Well, I just wanted to go someplace quiet so we can catch up. What do you say?
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Thanks. Don't speak.
Hey.
Oh, hey, scared me.
Sorry. That usually doesn't happen until after I open my mouth.
I didn't mean scared. I meant, you know, startled. What?
Let's just say that I can't help thinking that your supervisor was right.
About?
About you coming back to work too soon. You just seem awfully jumpy.
I'm fine, Joe.
All right.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just snap at you. I have to be here. I mean, what else am I gonna do? Sit at home and wait for my life to start all over again?
You sound a lot like Kevin.
Joe, I have to take care of people. It's what I do, and I think I'm pretty good at it.
No arguments there.
And I am not about to let what happened to me that night in the garage stop me from living. I mean, every day I park in that same parking space that I did that night. And every day it gets a little easier. Okay, so if you have to worry about somebody, I think you should worry about your brother in there. I'm fine.
Renee, Kevin wants to go home. I'm going to make sure he gets there.
Darling, it's just going to make things a lot harder for Vicky. Please, Asa. She's having a tough enough time with Clint.
What is it with those two?
I know how you feel about Vicky, but this is between them, Asa. Please, stay out of it.
No, Renee, I have stayed out of it too long as it is. It's high time somebody told that boy he doesn't have to take that garbage from his ex-wife.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about trust, and you're the one that brought it up.
The subject, Clint, is our working relationship, not our personal problems.
Well, excuse me, but everything about the banner I take personally.
Oh, now whose journalistic judgment is a little clouded.
Okay, wait a minute. You want the truth? You want the truth about this? Fine. Here it is. My decision to run Mel's article wasn't based on just objectivity and integrity, okay? I did it because I needed to give an order.
You what?
You heard me. I needed to give an order. This paper, the banner, is my life, Vicky. This paper and the kids. That's it. That's all I got. And by the way, don't think it's been any real snap keeping the kids in my life since our little divorce.
Oh, why are you dragging the divorce into this?
Because it's already here, damn it. It's right here, smack dab in the middle of everything. Don't you get it? I have waited so long for you to come around that it almost seems like that's all I have ever done. Almost, not quite. Because I tend to spend a lot of time waking up in the middle of the night. You know, when the loneliness hits me so hard, it's like taking a knife right in the gut.
Don't do this, please.
No, but you know the funny thing? The funny thing, even as tough as the waiting gets, it still beats thinking that I will never get you back at all. I mean, it beats it like a long shot.
Stop this now. Please stop this.
I can't. Vicky, I can't because I know what I want. I also know that you have your issues. You have things that you have to work out. So I have backed off. I have given you all the room in the world. I mean, as much as you needed. Now, you can't deny that.
No, you've been absolutely wonderful.
Well, I don't know about that, but I have let you call every shot as far as when, where, how, even if we're going to get back together. But I draw the line at the banner. I mean, at least here we still have a formal relationship. You know, you are the publisher, I'm the editor. That means you own the paper. What's printed in its pages is up to me.
Well, we have always agreed on what belonged there.
Yes, we have. Up until now. Until now. Now, you can call this selfish, you can call it crazy, you can call it unfair if you want to. But I can't let the banner be about what you want. It has to be about what I want. Because every man, if he's gonna be a man, has to have one little place in his life where he calls the shots. And this is mine. I'll be in my office if you need me.
I need the, Where must be filed? I figured you would. I also figured you'd want to meet with him again, so I made a reservation, a lunch reservation at the country club the day before the hearing. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. My goodness, if this hyper efficiency is to prove me right about not firing you, well, it's working.
Good, because from now on, nothing is going to go wrong.
What are you taking, the morphine they were giving me? You're starting to hallucinate.
I'm not making this up, Kev. I just touched her on the shoulder and she jumped about a foot in the air.
What do you expect? You snuck up behind her.
Look, I said that she just didn't see me coming.
Whatever, Joey.
Look, maybe I should just take off.
No, stay, okay? I'm sorry. I just don't see Barbara as a walking bundle of nerves, that's all.
Look, I'm saying that she is sitting on her feelings, Kev. It is so obvious to me.
Look, I've spent a lot more time with Barbara Graham than you have. And let me tell you, she's handling this rape as well as anybody could expect, considering how brutal it was.
Okay, I'm not saying she's not brave.
She's more than brave. She's incredibly strong. She comes into this place every day. I mean, every day. And if she's off her feet, what, 15 minutes out of a 10 or 12-hour shift? That's a lot. She wouldn't be able to do that if she wasn't strong.
Or at least convinced that she should be.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means that sometimes people who need to seem rock solid are only pretending they are.
Mrs. Lord's inside. You can go right in.
Oh, thank you very much. It's Ming, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh. Oh. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, right there. Oh, that's so good. Oh. Oh, come in. Oh. Oh. Vicky. Please? Thank you, Clarence.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Dorian, I really wanted to warn you that there is something that you will no doubt see in today's edition of the Banner.
Don't bother.
Excuse me?
I've already seen the news. Quite a piece of work. Journalism at its best.